TTY Philippines Jet. Rabbi, what's the best encouragement message to people who get easily offended by your counsel or from the leadership in preparation to Passover? Thank you.
Read it one more time.
What's the best encouragement message to people who get easily offended by your counsel or from the leadership in preparation to Passover?
Get over it. Stop worrying about the delivery system. Okay? Look, if Elder Billy were here, he would say this. He says this to a lot of people when he counsels them. When they're having an issue with the way the delivery system gave them the message, he always asks, was what was said correct? Yes. Okay, if the answer is yes, then stop whining and complaining and being super sensitive to how it was delivered. I don't know what you think when you read your scriptures, but there's an awful lot of not so gently delivered information in there. Yahweh himself does it. Moses does it. Shaul certainly does it. Yeshua does it. He had some scathing things to say. Oh, but you don't have a problem with that because you thought those people deserved it. Harsh, uncomfortable things happen for the same reason that plagues and cursings happen, to get you to wake up, to pay attention. And so realize that the more you don't like it, maybe the more you needed it. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of noise between your ears. And it takes a knife or a strong blast, like a loud voice, some sharpness, to push through and puncture through that noise. That noise sometimes is so loud in your head, you need somebody loud like me. Because I can be louder than your noise. And if somebody was up here just talking like this and they're just talking to you, and you won't even hear them over the noise. Okay? You won't hear. It doesn't matter if you like it and the information's good. You still won't be able to hear and receive because the noise is too loud in your head. And I promise you, I can get louder than any noise in your head. None of you have heard me get loud. You think you have. Trust me. Okay? I can get as loud as necessary. There are one or two people on the planet that have heard me because they were so loud I had to be louder. Not a problem. Okay? But it was necessary to shut down the noise and then calm the situation down or whatever needed to be done. So Jed asks a good question. The problem is that the question, I don't want to say that. It's not that it's a good question. He's addressing an important situation, a reality. The reality is this. You're not always going to like the delivery system of the message. I don't know why that's relevant. Well, Rabbi, you'd be getting a lot more people if you could just be more gentle. Nonsense. What value would it be to get more people through gentleness and not telling them straight and what they need, and then they never change and they never wake up and it never gets them anywhere? We call that ear tickling. And trust me, when you need it, I could be as gentle as anybody. I know some of you are thinking, well, of course it's important to be gentle. It's one of the fruit of the Ruach. I can be very gentle, very kind, very patient. Just ask Rabbi Tom, Elder Billy, some of the people who counseled. Ashley said, ask her. Okay, ask Shira. Ask some of the people that have counseled, who have heard both sides of it. They've heard it when it needed to be strong, and they've heard it when it needed to be kind and gentle. And usually you get the second one after the first one. Because once I got your attention, then I can then calm it down and bring it down and say, okay, now that I have your attention, we need to work on this and fix this and get this right, and you can do it. But my simple answer is get over it. Why should you have anything to say about how the information is delivered to you? Israel didn't want to be taken to Babylon, or Judah didn't. Israel didn't want to be taken by the Assyrians. All these things didn't want to be happen by them, but this is the way Abba got their attention for the future things that they needed to do. But yet, it's the delivery system. Yeshua had to suffer and die as part of the delivery system so that we could all have a future. Nothing gentle about that. but he knew it was what had to happen. Always ask the question, this is what I guess you could tell them, Jet. Is the information, if you could even receive it, because maybe you're so hurt by the way it's delivered you can't even hear it, is the information right? Is it true? Is it correct? And if it is, stop worrying about, fussing about, and being upset about the way it was delivered. See, the reason we're having this problem is that we're generationally disconnected from strong adults in our lives. You could talk to some of the people my age and older about how strong their father was or their grandfather was. Oh my goodness. And then look at some of the fathers today. Oh my goodness. Okay? Because a lot of you knew you didn't do anything of certain things you just would never do in front of your father. You would never speak a certain way in front of your father. You certainly would never talk back. Some of you had fathers, you know what I'm talking about. You did it once and never again. Because you paid a price immediately. That's not our children today, because we won't do that to them. We're not strong enough with them. And so you're not used to a strong hand. Yahweh says that he will correct you. He will not spare the rod. Like a father loves a son, he's going to chastise you. Is there anything about chastisement that sounds fun, kind, gentle, warm, and fuzzy? But he says that he chastises, he chastens all those that he loves. But you guys hate it when I chastise you. You all want to quit and run and go whatever. I'm not the one chastising you. I'm just a vessel. It's him. Well, no, it can't be, because if he would be so much more gentle and go back to church then, okay? If that's what you want, go back to church. Okay? Go back to church. Because they'll tickle every ear you've got. Go to Olstein's and just be told everything's wonderful and you're walking in favor. Or you could want to grow up. Okay? I think that was enough of that.
Comment from MTOI Philippine Jet. Rabbi, I think you're going to need a new set of shirts and pants. Love you, and I am so proud of you, my rabbi. Keep it up. As well as a lot of other people on the live stream are all proud of you, and that they can see your seeds. All the better.
All right, so Jet, this is a new shirt, and it's a large instead of an extra large. And these are also smaller pants. I went from a 36 down to 34. So there you go. All right? They're not new because I was 34 once before in my life and kept them. And was able to bring them out of the mothballs and then put them back on. So, I'm trying to not do that with the 36s, though. I think I want to throw them out until I don't want to ever get back to that size. Okay? I'm glad I kept the smaller ones. I'm not sure I want to keep the bigger ones, okay? As a way to be like, well, I've got bigger ones, it's okay. No. I made the journey up, I'm making the journey back down, I'm not going back up. All right? Okay.